Brian again for another episode of Weird War Wednesdays. Okay, so tonight we're gonna jump into one of the coolest, awesomest, most excellent of Weird War weirdos on the fucking planet, and that is my friend and yours, Anerdsnerd. She is fucking epic. She is a lover of Weird World War II, uh, kind of specializing in dust. That was her big. That was the hook that got her into Weird War II was dust. But she's a big tech chick, and she knows how to do tech things. So because she's so awesome, and she digs the community and she helps the community and whatnot. She's one of the coolest motherfuckers I know. She has produced a shit ton of 148 scale STLs. Okay. And as you know, if you're a 3D printer, that you can go from the three, the excuse me, 3D printers can just, you can just make things smaller, make things bigger, whatever the fuck. Okay. So with her catalog, which is great, her entire catalog is 148 scale. So you can go from there. Okay. If you need the fucking Warlord's lame ass 156, you can make it smaller. If you even want to fucking play 135 scale, you just bump them up, depending on whatever you want to do. Anerdsnerd is the girl to go to because she has all the awesome shit, and it's all free. That's what's cool about Anerdsnerd. She does all this stuff for free. She gives it back to the community, and I would ask you guys, because we're going to do her Colts. We're going to go to her Colts page. I would ask you guys to go and join her Colts. Follow her Colts page. And if you do use any of her STLs, just drop her a line. Tell her thanks. She's very personable. She's a fucking character. She's got awesome wit. She's a great chick. And it's cool. She's a weird world weirdo of like the alpha caliber. So definitely we're going to be going through her catalog of all the STLs that she's produced, okay? That you guys can check out. And then, because I know a lot of you guys, my channel doesn't get the algorithm, but if you know people that are into like they're walking new into the Weird World War II, like the K-47 and whatnot. Again, this stuff is all free, and you can manipulate the size however the fuck you want. Okay, and all of our STLs have like weird war, like it's usually straight historical stuff, and then it's a weird war aspect, like rail guns and fucking whatnots and therefore. Now this is mostly for the dust line, but if you guys, I mean, shit, a rail gun is a rail gun, right? And whatever you can, instead of having the whatever the melt-a-gun kind of things, you can just say they're those fucking gravity whatever the fucks, and they got Tesla weapon, all sorts of shit. But anyway, we're gonna jump into her site and check it out because I want all you guys to know about the Nerd. Give her some love for helping you out with some awesome shit, and let's dive into the Colts account of one of our greatest pals, Anerdsnerd. All right. Right, so let's jump in here. So here's Nerd. We got 109 designs. There's been 75.4 thousand downloads from her site, her account. That's awesome. She's got 1.9 thousand followers. I guarantee she knows most of them. Anybody who's reached out to her and talked to her, she's fucking talked to him back, and they're pals. Okay, so let me just read here. It says, just kit bashing more talented people's stuff. Everything I upload for Dust Warfare is 148. For 156 games like Bolt Action, scale it to 85.71%. There you go, guys. All you Warlord guys that, want the smaller vehicle size for some fucking reason, it's at 85.71%. So there you go. You don't even have to fucking look the shit up. She's already done it for you. And then she says, please consider adding your makes. I absolutely love seeing them painted up. All right. So if you guys don't know about Colts it's my favorite site to go to. Colts is they have a larger free community uncults opposed to a lot of the other STL file houses. Um, I don't know why, and but anyway, this is a fantastic resource. I do Weird World War II. You can check out my account. It's Weird World War II. Beware, it's got a lot of naughty stuff on it. But if you're not a prude, you can handle it, and it's all blurred if you have your things on. So don't worry about it. But anyway, we're gonna jump into nerd stuff. Okay, we're gonna go by section here. All right. And checking it out. Okay. So let's jump into the US of motherfucking A. Detroit diesel badass stuff here. Okay, guys. Like loading. They kind of it starts to screw us tonight. Usually pretty good about it, keeping it going, but sometimes, graphical shit. Let's see if it'll work. Hopefully it'll work. Hopefully the site will. Okay, but then we got again. She is a dust 19 meant to be made your own. So get into this some of the shit. Use these weapons on your K-47 games or okay. So let's jump in here, guys. So we've got the Hellcat right here. It's got the 50 drum, the anti-aircraft drum. So I think those are cool. And then we've got here, this is like a phaser gun. I think it's called a phaser. In dust, it's like a melta gun. So that's pretty sweet. And then you have the barking dog. It's kind of a it's kind of a nod to the old Vietnam. I think it was with the Aroas, I think it was. It was just like a small little tracked vehicle, and it had on it like 8 recoilless rifles. So whatever. It's a stopgap for whatever. But you got 6 recoilless rifles here. These are probably 75s or 105s, depending on what it is. But so here and then again, we won't go through, but she has it almost in like one piece. Most of the stuff is like as you can see, it's one piece. The hull was one piece. Here's the special turrets. Here's the barking turret. And then she'll have like, the guns and stuff on the side. So let's see what she says about it here. The M18A2 Phaser Cat evolving from plane. Let's see, yeah. So it's like a phaser, which is like a fucking like a melt-a-gun. And then the barking cat here is let's see what kind of let's see M18. Let's see, I'm trying to see what size or coldest rifles those are. The M40. So I believe the M40 was a 75 millimeter recoilless rifle. So that's 6 recoilless rifles that, just single shots. You have to, jump out and reload them and stuff. But how many games you did? Most of you games you shoot more than 6 times. Your main guns probably not before it gets blown to hell or you win or something. But there you go. Check this price out. There, you're the shit. But here you go. We got the M18 and some cool Weird War upgrades. Okay. All right, next one. We've got the T. She knows her shit. She does research. She's in the historical. She's into like the weird the what if vehicle designs that were found bar napkins and shit in Berlin. So they kind of make fucking weird war vehicles of that shit. But here's the T-77. This is a self-propelled and an aircraft vehicle. Look at this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 650s on that thing? It's okay. So this is for the turret only, and it fits on the chaffy hull. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 650 cows. Woo! Talk about a meat grinder. Look at this bad boy. That thing's a beast. And again, on the Chaffee uh, body. So there you go. There's a vehicle. You got a decently light tank with fucking 650s on it. That's anybody. That's any fucking wargamer's dream right there. Awesome. That's the T-77. And again, you guys can look all this shit up. You can go to like Wikipedia and look that shit up and just see if it fits in there. And what's cool about Nerds is again she's kit bashing from people other STLs, the free STLs, and she uses those and then she kit bashes and designs her own shit or whatever. So and it's cool. She's giving back love to the people that she's using her stuff or using their stuff. So that's what we need to do, guys. Because especially with the guys that are giving out free product, they're donating their time and their effort. And the least we can do is just shoot some, links to, their projects or their channels or whatnot, and just tell them thanks. So there you go. So there you go. The T55, basically a these are the man, my brain the Chaffee 650s on it, and then closed turret. See, that's what I'm talking about. Totally, that's a badass wargaming vehicle right there. Mm, let's see if there's anybody over here. Is it glitchy? God damn. Is it working now? Can you see anything that I'm looking at? Let me know, HS, if you're still there. I don't know what is with my. I don't know what is with my. Let me see if it should be working. Can you see? Is it just my face right now? If you're there, I'm about to go jump into her next vehicle. All right, guys. Here's the T52. This is another prototype, and this is for the M4 chassis. And again, it looks like it's a AA vehicle of some sort. The T-52 mates the tried and true M4 chassis with a 50 millimeter bullfors at 250s. Yeah, so this would be your fully armored like AA tank. That's fucking look at that turret. That's crazy. Let me jump. Let me see if let me go run over to YouTube real quick, guys, and see if the YouTube is seeing the shared the shared. I had it all figured by now, but no, nope. Run over here to my channel real quick. Let's see. Let me just see if it's working. Anyway, so that's no big deal. It's just my YouTube channel. Let's see if it's working at all here. It's not working, huh? Damn it. So it's just showing my face, huh? If I can figure this out real quick, guys. Sorry again about this. See it, Lee? Let me see if I can get this going here. Her cult account, and then it's back to like forever, forever. Like it was weird, like goes forever. All right, hopefully we got that fixed because I should be doing it. Let me see on the. Let me go to my YouTube again real quick. See if it's working. It's good to see you, man. I saw that your guys Lee Gaddis Gaming is on the thing. Okay, so yeah, it's working. Okay. Lee's got some great shit. He's got some Weird War Shattered Crowns, which is Weird War World War One. He was the first before this Trench Crusade fiasco. He's got a hardcore, workable system that he's been playing, and he's got some. He has a. It starts in. He has an interesting. So if correct me if I'm wrongly, that the Shattered Crown storyline is that the War of the Worlds happened, like the Wells story actually happened, and that alien tech has been reverse engineered, and now we're in kind of the World War One era, and they're using that tech for the various belligerents around the country. And there you go. You got fucking Tesla tanks and cool ass weird, Martian tech kicking ass on Earth. So there you go. And I believe he's also got if you want to delve into like a Weird War modern or near future, he's got a line of not quite sci-fi, but near what would you call it? Near war. I don't know what you would call it. Near history. I don't know what the fucking call it. But yeah, go. Hey Lee, if you want to throw your link up on the chat, you can. It's no big deal. Lee's man, me and Lee been weird warning it for a long time, huh, brother? It's cool. All right, well, let's jump back in this, guys. Let's see if we can get this going. Let me know if you guys can see like the screens. Okay, so here we got the nerds. This now this is awesome. Now talking about some like some heavy American heavy metal. You can't get more heavy metal than the fucking T29/30/34. This thing was meant to take on like King Tigers and Yog Tigers and shit like that, and like the IS2s and IS3s. That's what this bad boy was meant to do. So she's got, let's just a little quick blurb on here. Whilst the Pershing is main, so the T29 Super Heavy Tank project, the T29 has 105 millimeter on it. Okay. The T30 has 155 millimeter gun on it. Now these are guns. These aren't howitzers. These are guns. The T34 has 120 millimeter, and then the T34 E2VF. This is one of her, I think one of her Weird Wars. The Eisenhower. That's pretty cool. It's got one of the phasers, which is like I want to say it's like the melta guns. It's like a melta gun looking thing. Let me run over here real quick. Hey, Bo, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. We're looking through a Nerds Colts account. Show all these aspiring Weird War weirdos where they can get some cool STLs on the cheap. All right, so here we go. We got this is like a dual phaser, so that's like a double like melt-a-gun thing right here. And then you got the various the 105s, the 120 and whatever it was. I can't remember what I said. It's the 105 millimeter, 155 millimeter, 120 millimeter. So there you go. We'll get a close up pic of it. There you go. There's one with the dual like phasers on it. That's fucking awesome, dude. And it's got the 50. I love her 50s. I love the anti-aircraft, extra big magazine. I think those are cool. I mean, I think it's just sweet looking. But there you go, guys. Here's a T29. So, if you're playing Weird World War II and you're playing against, King Tigers, or if you even get into like the E100s and the Maws and shit like that, you need some of these bad boys. This is some Detroit heavy metal right there. So yeah, definitely sweet. All right. Then we talked about this a second ago. This is the T52. This is a AA tank, fully enclosed turret. It's got a Bofors 40 on it and two 50s. That's pretty sweet. Let you guys see a bigger picture of it here. And it's on the M4 chassis. This looks like an early. This chassis. I think this is just the turret that you're getting this STL for. So you can put it on any kind of fucking M4 chassis. You could be like the Easy 8 chassis, the more the modern ones, or you can the M4s, the M4A ones, the kind of stuff chassis for like early war stuff, early weird war. Awesome stuff. All right, let's go down. What's next? All right, we'll go through the row. This might take a while. She got a bunch of shit. Okay, then we got next. All right, guys. See what all the M6 is an interesting story. This tank was being developed as a heavy tank for the U.S. Army, and this was like in 42, 43, I think. And they created, I think they made like half a dozen or so. Not they didn't make too many, but the vehicle was going. But the problem is, I believe they had some sort of like I want to say it was transmission problems, and they just never figured it out. So what they did is they kept all the M6s in the states, and they would use them as like war bond like things. Like they would drive over cars and shoot their guns or whatever, just to show like the might of the American military. But they never made it over in any combat zones. But this is Weird War, so we can go crazy with this bad boy. So this would be, if you're going, kind of historical, Weird War. This would actually be a heavy tank that the U.S. would actually deploy if they had it in numbers, like I would say in the D-Day time. Because even the Pershing didn't make it because they were making the Pershings too. The Pershings didn't make Europe until like the last month or two of the war. So you could have these things for a couple years. Even the Bulge, that'd be sweet. A platoon of these bad boys in the Bulge going to like Panthers and Yog Panthers and Tigers and shit. That'd be sweet. But let's see what this one comes with. So it's got the base. I want to say the base has a 90 on it. Let's see here. Primary arm, okay, with a 76 mil. It's got a coax 37. It's got a coax, like a light and a heavy light anti-tank gun. That's great. And then there's some machine guns with it. It's got a 50 on top. Now she has where you replace the 76 with some of those phasers, those melta-gun looking things. So yeah, so there you go. You got a nice little, you got a cool little vehicle here. You can do some upgrades with. Here's the phaser right here, and here's the 76 long barrel 50s. I think these are 50s hanging out here. And there's a 50 right here. This is probably this looks like a grenade launcher or something, or that's a flamethrower. So that probably replaces the 50s in the hull. Stick a flamethrower there because, like I say, if you want your vehicle to be extra cool, stick a flamethrower on it. Even like a Panzer One, outdated, only has machine guns. You stick a flamethrower in there, it's the most deadliest vehicle on the battlefield. So yeah, not sure what that is. That might be some sort of. It looks like it replaces her. I guess I could look. I could read it. See what she has right there. Let's see. Instead of providing 3 feet. It's got the phaser units. So the Marines were common frequently placing their 37 with a napalm thrower. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a bazooka. Okay. So that little piece right here, it replaces the 37 coax with like a bazooka, and then like or a flamethrower, and then the 50 stay there. So that's cool. Man, that's a beast of a tank. I love that tank. There you go, guys. Got some American heavy metal right there. The M6. Sweet. All right, let's jump in here. The M10, the M36. So this is the Wolverine, the Achilles, and the Jackson. So using the same chassis, you got the tank destroyers, then you got the phaser cannon thing, Then you got the recoilless rifles. I want to say those are 76s, but those look like 105s or 100s. I think they made a 105 recoilless rifle. I think my brain doesn't work anymore. But it looks like we also have, if you're playing Commonwealth, you got a Firefly, or not a Firefly, but you got a 7 pounder or 17 pounder, 17 pounder, 18 pounder, whatever the fuck it's called. Let's see what she'll let us know what she. So it starts off with a 76. The M36 has a 90 millimeter. Then you got like the phasers, and okay, they're 105 millimeter recoilless rifles. Okay, cool. And then if you're playing Commonwealth, you got a 17 pounder, which is the Achilles, what they call it. So badass tank destroyers, light armored, fast, relatively fast, and all this stuff is tank killing stuff. I can't remember what the phaser tech was in Dust. I want to say it was like a melter. It was like an anti-tank weapon. I don't think it was like a blast weapon or infantry weapon. I think it was an anti-armor weapon, but I can't remember. But this looks like it's all anti-armor for the most part. There you go. So you can satisfy your Wolverines, your Achilles, and your Jacksons. Right there. Sweet. And then she's got the armored Jeep, which was a late war edition. They when you're patrolling Germany, all they had to do was put like cables from tree to tree, decapitate most people driving their vehicles. But anyway, that's what those you see those like little cutters, those wire cutters that hang out on the front. But anyway, they started arming up Jeeps too because these guys are doing recon. So, and in it, there's your 105 M40 recoilless rifle right there. Dude, a Jeep with a fucking 105 millimeter gun on it. That's awesome. You got like a little phaser, that's your little melted gun. You got a 50, a dual 50, a dual bazooka, and a 30. And it's got a trailer and some kit in the back of it. There you go. That's awesome. Have those you can do those convoy games. Give your your convoy escort some actual armor around them. Awesome stuff. And then we got okay, so this is the big boy of most of it. This is the T95, the super duper crazy ass, not even Weird War. This is a real thing. I think they made one. I think they made a prototype. They made one of them. And this is a beast. This thing's a beast. I don't even know what she put on here. So let's jump into her description. The T29 was the most powerful tracked vehicle. Damn, 305 millimeters of armor. Woo! Weighed 95 tons. That's crazy. Let's see. It's armed with a 105 gun. The the bingo brings short range, high explosive power with 105 assault. Okay, so this bingo version. I think this is like a 105 millimeter howitzer. So I think that's what that is. That Weird War thing right there. And then we got the phasers. That's this thing. I think this is like, or maybe that's the phaser and that's the howitzer. It looks like it's shooting like a petard mortar or something like that. But yeah, this is some heavy weapon shit right here. This is a heavy armor. But the bad thing is it's turretless. It's like a Stug. It's just a hull mounted. It doesn't have a turret. But 95 tons. Good lord. You'd be hard pressed to find fucking bridges that'll hold that bad boy. But yeah, excellent Weird War true vehicle with some Weird War additions to it that make your Soviet or your Nazi players go, "What the hell is that?" You're like, "You're gonna have to find out, pal. Roll dice." All right, let's go jump in and see if anybody's yapping. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Lee says there's the battle between the Pershing and the Panthers in God damn, I can't remember the city. It's not Cologne. Yeah, Cologne. Great actual film footage of this entire battle. It is bizarre. I mean, if you there's some sites that have done whole like explanations of the video, and it's pretty interesting. If you guys get a check, just go to YouTube, look up Battle of Cologne, World War II. You'll see some Pershings in action. You'll see some M4s getting blown up, and then you'll see some Panthers burning too. Not a retard, retard. It's almost like it's like you load it from the front, like it's almost like a rifle grenade. Like they would load the rifle grenade like on the barrel from the outside. They don't load it from the inside. They put it through the front. Anyway, I think that's what that is. But yeah. All right, guys. Let's see what else we got here. All right. We got the M22 Locust. Now this is an airborne uh but they decided they didn't want to use them, right? So they lend leased it all to the Brits. So the Commonwealth actually deployed these in their Waco gliders. I think the Waco was it, or the Horsa gliders. Which ones were bigger? I think the Horsa gliders were the big ones. And I think these locusts could actually fit in the Horsa gliders, the big gliders. So they were actually deployed during I don't think it was D. It might have been D Day. Yeah, it was D Day because I don't think they did it for Market Guard, but they did it for D Day. But yeah, this is a cool little tank. It's just a little light tank. Let's. I think it just had a 37 on it. Now in real life, they put this thing called the long. Was it the Long John or the Long Tom, or it's like a barrel extender to it to give it a little bit more velocity, which is weird, but whatever. But all right, let's jump into the M22 Locust. Um, let's see. Let's see what it comes with. It comes with 37 and a 30 cal. You can okay, so her additions come with a flamethrower version. Another like melt a gun type of thing, like the phaser. Um, yeah, so there you go, guys. There's a so all I know that at least in K-47, everybody's taking their airborne troops, their flyer guys or whatever. You can say, hey, I don't know, I don't think anybody plays with any kind of fucking rhyme or reason. They just, they codex shit game it instead of like TO and E and stuff. But if you're playing like strict historical, this vehicle will be with your Commonwealth during the airdrop. So that's pretty cool. There you go. There you go. It's a cool little tank. And then heavy bulldozer. Look at there. So there you go. You got your missions where the U.S. are they're making an airfield while the Japs are sniping them, or there's bonsai charges, or whatever. So you got your CBs are actually got a little protection when they're doing their construction work. It's a cool little tank. I mean, it's a cool little vehicle that you can just put in the background, use for scenery and whatnot. It's pretty awesome. And there's no weapons on it. It's just an armored. It's an open top, but it's armored all around it for the most part. So that's pretty cool. Ooh, the M24 Chaffee. If you guys ever watch some awesome movie with a bunch of Chaffies in it, is like the bridge at Remagen. That has a shit ton of Chaffies in it, and it's got some great scenes in it. But yeah, go check out the bridge at Remagen. It has some cool scenes with the Chaffee in it. Okay, so Chaffee's a light, almost like a scout tank, but I think I want to say I read that it's like the fastest. It was the fastest Allied tank, so that's pretty fast. So I think it was only. I think it came with a 50, but let's see what it came with originally. Oh, it was a 75. Okay, and then hers it's got a napalm thrower, which is just vehicle mounted flamethrower, and then you got a phaser for it. So there you go. It's for your weird war. So you just pull out the whole, and it's cool. It's like if you guys are big into fucking magnets. There you go. You can just pop off the gun and magnetize it. So you don't even have to reprint a bunch of shit. You can just reuse it like that, or go crazy and do full platoons of everything. I love those 3D printers, guys. Now again, all these designs are 148, so you guys can manipulate to whatever size you need. Oh yeah, the LVTs for all you jarheads. All you guys, Pacific guys. There you go. These are the weaponized ones. Let's see what we got here. So we got the LT4, has a big cargo bay in the back, can carry 20 Marines. Look at there. Or a Jeep, or a 105 millimeter howitzer and crew. So you can carry all sorts of shit with it. So basically, the original one comes with a pair of 50 cals, and or you can put flamethrowers in it. And then you got the water buffalo version, 75, yeah, 75 howitzer in it. Yeah, that's more of a support thing. So that's pretty cool. This is the for your island hopping right here. So Tiki, watch out. You got LTVs on the field, brother. There you go. That's pretty sweet. Amphibious tractors. Doesn't take much to weird ward it. You just stick, you can stick a phaser cannon on it, or whatever you want to do with it. All right. And then she's got weapons. These are cool. We're still in the American. I'll go check live feeds going if anybody's yapping about anything. George, what's up, buddy? The short bus mortar. There you go. Oh, I know. K-47 is not. That is weird. I guess in the rule, I don't have the rules, guys, so this is just hearsay from what I've heard. Is that K-47 you can use straight historical stuff, but like they lose all. This is what's dumb. Okay, if you're Warlord, get with it, man. Stop having separate. You got a World War II system and a weird World War II system. Make them fucking compatible, man. So what I've heard is that if you use straight historical stuff in your K-47 army lists, any special like rules for the World War II is negated. So it's like it doesn't exist. Only the weird war stuff is functional in the weird war setting. So any World War II vehicle that might have special rules, it doesn't have the special rules in K-47. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, that's the one thing about the FDL or FDM printers. What do they call them? They have those lines, but I'm telling you, the tech on those things are getting good, really fucking good. And I guess it depends on the STLs that you get too. From what I heard, if they're like really like, however they make them, they can do away with a lot of that layering line stuff or whatever. But I've seen some FDM printers that have made some big ass stuff with very little lines at all. Because you remember back when they first came out, it was just like you saw it, and it was like you couldn't sand that shit down enough to get rid of it. But yeah, I mean, shit. If you don't mind it, then hell, it's cheaper too. The FDM stuff. All right, let's jump back in it, guys. Ooh, the M3, the old M. Go. So this will be your early, mid for your Commonwealth and your Americans. So this has the base stuff, and it's also got looks like it's got another one of those phaser like melta guns there. Let's see what she says she's got on here. Has a 37 in the turret, and then I guess you can have it replaced with a 40 mil auto. Oh, that's sweet, an auto can 40 mil auto cannon on the thing. That would be good for that. And then you got the whole mounted 75 millimeter or phaser. So there you go. That's a great idea. Stick a, man, shit. I would, well, the thing about the 37 guys, I mean, Do you want to replace the 37? So the one benefit for the 37 is it shot canister shot. Okay. And those canister rounds were fucking brutal. But I don't know. I'm a Bofors 40 autocannon. I might just get rid of that 37, even with that ability of the canister round for a 40 millimeter autocannon. That's pretty sweet. Good job, nerd. That's a good idea. That's a good upgrade to make this vehicle more of like a infantry support vehicle. Maybe later on, as it gets decommissioned off the front lines, it's not a battle tank anymore. It's more like it's never really been a battle tank. It's always an infantry support vehicle. But that 40 mil, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Autocannons are great. L44. Man, look at this bad boy. I am not familiar with this one. Obviously a prototype of something. Looks like it's. I don't even know what chassis that is. Let's read it. She will tell us. Skip will come up with air produced. Oh, this is a French one. What's it doing in here? Nerd, you got in the wrong spot. Okay, we got a French one, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's not do the French stuff yet. All right, infantry weapons. So you got a Piat 30, Panzerschreck. There's like a phaser. Here's a Bren. And you got a BAR, and you got Thompson, you got a Sten. So there you go. There's your allied like little infantry weapons. Very cool. They don't have enough weapons. And these are vehicle machine guns. So you got the dual 50s, then you got a Bren, and there's your 12.7, 12 millimeter Soviet one. Then you got this one's kind of like the Dust. It's an MG 30 or it's MG 42, but it's a little bit different looking. But anyway, it's kind of like a moderner, but it's got a IR imager on top of it. That's cool. And then you got a 50 single 50. I think that's another Bren right here. And we got another MG 42, but without the gun shield. Then you got another MG 42 without the gun shield or the IR. You got 30, and then you got another Bren here. I'm surprised she didn't have any Vickers. To be honest with you, I think there'd be a Vickers in there. But all right, guys, let's keep hammering out this American shit. All right. All right. Well, she made this one up. This is an M8 Priest upgrade. So you can stick this on. What did she do? Simply swap the slotted weapons or change between. Okay, so this fits on the Bulldog 6-shooter Dust Walker. So, and we'll get as we Weird War, as I showcase other Weird War guys. There's some awesome guys like Romanov. He's on this too. He actually makes the Dust vehicles. So, so if you want some like those badass giant, German mechs with the quad 120s on, you can get it from that dude. But we'll showcase that again, but some other time. But so this upgrade right here will just fit on one of those walkers, and it's got the Calliope, rocket system on top. That's the 75 howitzer. That would be for the Priest. Looks like you got a 50 in the turret ring right there. That's pretty cool. All right. Then we got 8 little Greyhound. There you go. Meet me. Awesome. I just have it the base one. These are great. It's got 37, or she's got the Weird War like a phaser gun on it. So that's cool. It's got 50 on the rear. That's awesome. Great little vehicle. Again, for scouting, you always gotta have canister shot in your 37s, man, because you turn that corner and there's a group of Germans about to Panzer Faust you. You just welcome to the shotgun, boys. Missed. Very cool. Then here we go. We got the Pershing. So here's the this is the big the M26D. Let's see. It's got the 90 mil on it. Let's see. It's got okay. So yeah. So this is her 90 mil right here. Then it's got a phaser. Then it's got the 105 recoilless rifles, and then here's another kind of phaser. I guess this is like maybe a bigger, powerful one than this one. This might be I don't fucking know. But yeah, there's some weird war stuff there for you guys. Pretty sweet. Options, options, options. Gotta love it. All right, the M4s. Woohoo. So she's got her early war. This is your easy 8 chassis right here, and this is your early, just the M4 early fours chassis here. So that's great. So if you're playing a campaign and you're doing whatever, or even like the Pacific or even Europe, you're playing it out. You can just as time goes on, you can retire your early war chassis for the new Easy 8 stuff. So that's cool. Let's see what weapon she's providing us. Let's see. We got the M4A3 with a 76. We got the Sherman 2. That's got that Bulldog turret. That's one of those weird war. I think the Bulldog is this one. There's the recoilless rifles. And I guess the 6 shooter is the recoilless rifles. The other one's the phaser one. Different phasers. You got the Calliope rocker, and then you got the M36 Jackson turret for whatever reason. So there you go. Stick that. I guess something. But anyway, but yeah, bunch of different things to upgrade your shit with. And again, just check out her account, and you guys can go through this with your. Now this is awesome. Now this is guys. If you're fucking a war gamer, you need to just go right this second and download this STL, man. This is a fucking M3 half track with almost like every one of its upgrades, and then weird war upgrades to it. I mean, that's epic, guys. So you got just the basic M3. It's got that's the early war, so there's nothing there. Then you can put a 75 in it. Then there's a turret ring 50 later. Then you got the phaser, that weird cannon thing. This is the early war. This was a tank hunter at one time. It had a 75. Was it a 75? God, I got my brains fried, guys. I'm sorry. I just got home from work, so let's see what yeah, it has a 75 and a 105. Okay. Yeah, so the 75, this right here would be in its early war anti-tank role. Okay. Right there. And then here's your howitzer version, and there's your assault gun, and this is your M16 version with the fucking quad 50s. Yeah. And then I'm not sure. This is like another phaser, like a quad phaser thing. So man, that's epic. There you go, guys. All the transports that you want. And if you wanna, hey, we don't need any transports. Let's get like 5 M16s on the board. You guys are having problems with werewolves or like Cthulhu creatures. Just have a couple M16s in there. Just back them up and just awesome. There's a great scene of one of those being used in one of the Tremor movies. I think it's Tremors 2. Bert has an M16 in the back of his or it's the mount. I can't remember what the mount was called, but it's pretty cool. All right, epic. So this will satisfy the M3, the M16, the T19, and then just some World War II stuff. So awesome stuff, man. All right, that was America. Let's jump over to the. You losing me again? God damn it. Okay, so Lee, that priest upgrade, it fits on one of the dust walkers. It just fits on top of it. So if you go to that file, she tells you the model of the vehicle. So you just replace. I guess you just replace the. You just put the legs on it or something. I'm not sure. I usually don't do SPGs because I mean they're not really. I tend. I guess I'd print one up if the mission was behind enemy lines to take out artillery or some shit like that. But I don't bring SPGs to the front line. I just they're artillery. They need to be in the back. So I usually don't print up any self-propelled guns, like artillery guns, not anti-tank guns. All right, let's try some. So that was let's do the Japanese. Yeah. Japanese. And we won't go so hard into. Well, yeah, I like these things. Japanese vehicles are nuts, man. Cool. He has the anti-tank gun. I'm not sure. 75 millimeter anti-tank gun. Their tech was the rail guns. So these weapons right here, those are rail guns. Okay. I'm not sure what this is. Let's see what the other upgrade she has for it in here. 105 millimeter howitzer. Okay. So that'll be your 105 howitzer. That'll be your 75 mil AT. And this will be your rail gun. So that's a cool. Japanese vehicles are just weird looking. They're all that flashy and fun, but they're definitely Japanese War II tanks. They have a definitely feel to them. That's cool. And then we got the Giro or Hero. I don't know, but here's a self-propelled gun of some sort. That's on the old Type 95 chassis. Yeah, I got a few of the Type 95s. Those are cool. Early war tanks. Let's see what it's got on here, guys. It's got a 105 millimeter gun on it. It's got 150 millimeter howitzer, and it's got these siege rockets, is what she's calling it. So there you go. So this is definitely a self-propelled gun, different kinds of howitzers, and you got your missile launcher or rockets. Those aren't missiles; those are rockets. Cool vehicle. Yeah. Gun shield on that. Gun shield there. Very cool. All right. Some amphibious trucks. There you go. Self-explanatory. It's a truck. That's it. It's got some guns on top of it. Type 95 is that what they call them? Let's see if she says on here. I can't remember what the Japanese light machine guns are called. My brain is not working, guys. I'm usually smarter than this. Awesome. And then we go another. We got a half track. The Type 1 Ho-Ha. Ho-Ha. And it's just an APC. This is an armored tractor, so it'd be like your 251s or your kittens or your M5s. Very cool. So the Japanese can do some mobile warfare. That's another thing, guys. Like in our games, late war, like 44, 45, the Americans and the Germans have helicopters, right? Germans got it's a modified version of the Dragon, but we say it's like a dragon that can hold troops, like a squad of troops. And then the Americans have the R12s. I think is it the R12 or the R5? Fuck, again, my brain ain't working. The Americans actually had a prototype. It was called Dragonfly, and it could hold a troop of squad of men in it. But it was made in '46, I believe. And but anyway, what we do is we say that in 44 or 45, the Americans and the Germans are developing air mobile tactics. So imagine the air mobile tactics of Vietnam in late World War II. So there you go. So that's how you don't have to go weird war. You can just say they developed this technology, and they're introducing helicopters. So there you go. It doesn't have to be zombies and fucking you know where where critters. It can just be modern tactics with a little bit of kid like IR. Make that mainstream. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is supposed to be equivalent to like the German heavy stuff. Wow, millimeter gun on it, and then there's a 137 millimeter gun version of it. Type 97 machine guns. That's what those machine guns right here are on the deck. That makes sense. Let's see here, and then you got the rail guns. And then, ooh, there we go. Either version can take an optional upgrade, a Type 1 twin 20 mil. Okay, those are 20 mils in the back. That's awesome. Just stick it on the deck. Have a crewman, have a an infantry guy on the deck with a dual 20. That's awesome. That's a cool vehicle right there. And then there's the railgun thing, right? And there's machine guns. Probably 20s. They look like 20 mils. But yep, lots of upgrades, lots of weird warness. You can go with that one. Oh yeah, wow. The Type 94. Normally, it's just, but you stick on this thing. Now it's a projector. It could be flames. It could be chemical weapons. It could be freeze shit. It could be whatever the hell you want it to be. So there you go. Great little vehicle. Great little you could write some rules. If it hits the back, blows up. And covers everything with whatever was in it. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's a great little vehicle. Little vehicle. I got a couple of these printed up already. That's another thing. Do not know how the Japanese fit in some of these views. I've seen quite a few World War II Japanese tanks in real life, and they are little. I know the Japanese in stature are smaller than most Americans, but my God, you could I couldn't imagine like a like teenager fitting in that damn thing. Some of these things, and this is at least a two-man vehicle. You got the driver and you got the turret gunner. So crazy. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. Hey, the KMI, the amphibious tank, awesome. Normally, you can take out. I'm trying to think if she has it that way. You can take it. Yeah. So here, awesome. So if you want to play it just without the amphibious pontoons, there you go. That's what the normal tank looks like. That's so cool. It's got the railgun edition on it. That's the like amphibious extended cupola, so they can like be above the water. And it's got, let's see what kind of upgrade she's got. I don't know what kind of vehicle upgrade she has on it. It normally comes with so she has it where you can have she has a flamethrower, and it's got a railgun. Mm, and the normal one, I believe it's like machine guns on it normally. But yeah, that's cool. These are cool vehicles. I always thought these were cool little light vehicles, light amphibious vehicles. Pretty awesome. I want to say there's a 37 on that. I want to say originally there's a 37. I can't remember though. I think there is a 37 on that, or a 40. I don't know. It's a smaller caliber AT gun, but yeah, that's a cool vehicle. There's some more self-propelled. This is rocket artillery. The Ha-2 Kai. So big ass rockets right here. These 200s. Let's see what she says they are. 400 millimeter heavy rocket launcher. Woo! That'll ruin your day. That's like a weapon like that. That's like whatever game system you have. The temperature is not big enough. So, get your ruler out, and it's going to be like an 8-inch. diameter or something like that. That's awesome. But there you go. Hell, these could like a great weird World War II vehicle. These could be filled with whatever crazy shit that could be in it, chemical weapons or like they could be like what haywire grenades. Remember the haywire grenades in Rogue Trader? It could be haywire rockets. Like when they crash, they just wipe out whole platoons. Just all these platoons of like M4s are just stuck. I can't move because they've been fried by the EMP or something on it. That's cool. All right, there we go. And then this is the last of the Japanese. They're the Japanese demon ghosts, evil ghosts. I can't remember what the. She's probably gonna tell us what it's originally. Let's see, VK. Um, so this is just your own kind of made up walker. But there you go. You got a heavy Japanese walker right here. Turret here, like the Japanese their big vehicles had multiple turrets. Like everybody, they're doing those land battleship kind of idea. Have these giant tanks with 3 or 4 turrets on it. Pretty cool. Makes sense. Easy design. Looks like a World War II vehicle. And the Japanese are all about rivets. I'm not a big fan of rivets, guys. So like as a suggestion, anybody designing weird World War II shit, unless it's early war weird World War II, get away from the rivets. My God, they stopped doing rivets like in like the late 30s. Okay, so if you're doing weird war, and for some reason, it looks cool, I guess, but if you read like the technicality of how when a round hits, armor plate that's been riveted together, it's a nightmare. Those rivets break off on the inside and it turns into spalling and it's just a nightmare. So that's why they got rid of fucking riveted armor. So unless it's early war, nix the rivets on your design, guys. It's because it wasn't being used. But yeah, it looks like they got like it looks like it's got dual rail guns here. There's a turret with like probably a machine gun or 37 or something, like a small AT gun on here. There's probably machine guns around here somewhere. It's got the it's got the wire antenna here, so that means this is probably an early war weird World War II vehicle. That's awesome. Here's another heavy armor bad boy. Look at that beast. There's a big ass rail and a tank gun. Let's see what this is. Whoops. This is the Chi 2. 75 mil. Oh, that's the 150. Wait, that's the armor. It's got a rail gun on it. It's got machine guns on it. Where's the cannon on it? It's probably a 75 or I don't see front with 75 millimeter frontal armor and a gun capable of penetrating 150 millimeter armor. But anyway, I'm not sure what this gun is. This is probably that might be a 90. That's probably at least a 75. At least a 75. I don't think the Japanese made 90s. I don't know what it could be. To be honest with you, I don't know what their largest like AT gun was. That's cool. Heavy tank. Oh hell yeah, the Katsu. Look at that's kind of like the land. Was it? Oh, I don't know. The Germans had a vehicle like this too. It was just a tractor. It didn't have any weapons on it. Just ferried troops. But it looks a lot like this. But it's got like the fucking long lance torpedoes on there. Hell yeah! Might as well throw a torpedo while you're landing on the island, right? Shit, go for it. So this is the. Let's see what she says she's got on this bad boy. Upon the Katsu chassis with additional powerful Type 7 400 millimeter rocket launcher. Combined with some heavy machine guns, 13 millimeter machine guns. Um, standard equipment also includes a single Type 91 torpedo. Hell yeah! So there's your special naval landing troops. That's their vehicle right there. That's what you want to land on Hawaii, or Oahu, or even fucking California. That's what's going to be landing on the beach right there, along with those amphibious tanks. Man, I'm telling you guys, these STLs have given you. You can do a whole battle, the invasion of fucking San Francisco. You got amphibious vehicles with all sorts of different fucking weaponry. You know, the Japs are landing on the beach in the US of A. Man, it's awesome. Get to printing. All right. There's a lot. So let's go down to Les French. Let's see if anybody's gabbing. Yep. There can only be one. I'm losing them. I'm telling you, it's not hard to. Oh, it's Brian. Oh, God, it's Brian. Let's get out of here. So here we go. Here are the French. Which, guys, on paper, the first had some badass equipment. Upper command just gave up on it. They gave up. So I don't besmirch the French. They fought hard. They could have done better if they had better command and control, but you know, it is what it is. But here we go. There's the what is this, the F this is just after World War One ish, so lots of different upgrade weapons here. I always thought the French vehicles are pretty cool looking for early war. All right, let's see. 37 millimeter gun. Um Then I guess there's a laser cannon and there's like another phaser upgrade with some machine guns. So there you go. So you got the base 37 millimeter. That's probably the 37 right there. You got a coax, you know, machine gun. There's your phaser and then some sort of laser cannon right there. That's the laser cannon for dust. Here's your phaser. That's pretty sweet. And these are pretty fat. These are pretty quick vehicles too. All right. And then we got the big boys. This was their heavy armor. All these upgrades. Holy cow. Oh, let's just dive in and see what she's got on here. Let's see here. She's got 105. It comes with a 105 millimeter howitzer, a 40 millimeter Bofors. Um, let's see. It's the phaser version, a vehicle flamethrower version. 30 cals. So she's like this. So in Dust, the Germans had the laser weapons. The Japanese had the railgun weapons, and the Americans had the phaser stuff. So that's kind of like whatever. So when she's talking about this laser gun, she's referring to it as like a Vinci French vehicle, which is cool. So you can have like, you know, free French or just pre capitulation French. And then you got like post war pressed into service kind of French militia or even just Germans manning these vehicles with upgraded German tech. So that's pretty cool. And it's capable of a 50 millimeter turret too for your Vinci, a German 50 mil. That's cool. There you go. Lots of different upgrades here. This is the howitzer section here, and these are your turret based weapons. Awesome. All right, the Panhard. Everybody loves this thing. Phaser. Again, it's got the laser cannon for your Vinci, and then that's probably like a. I'm not sure what was on it originally. Probably a. It has a 25 millimeter gun. Is what it originally came with. So there you go. Very cool. That's a pretty. That's pretty good for a fucking scout car. And it's got a coax MG, so there you go. And it's got the riveted. Again, this is an early board design, so that's fine. And here's that big boy, the A44. That beast. So, like in my Weird World War II, the French, there's a big event that happens in 37 in my timeline that destroys the Commonwealth, like utterly destroys it. And the French tried to fucking fight. In my timeline, the French actually in 40 they fight back. The Germans invade Poland in 39 like normal, but then when that happens, the French, promised that they would go and assist Poland. The Commonwealth is gone, so the Brits aren't even in play. So the French take it. So in real life, the French actually invaded Germany when Germany like invaded to the west. It only lasted for, I want to say, the incursion into actual Germany, the French units that actually got into Germany, it only lasted for like a week or two at the most, and then withdrew back, to France. But there were French units in Germany kicking the shit out of Germans. So there you go. That could be a weird war campaign for you if you want to go, crazy. Let's see here. The ARL-44. Let's see. Or a 88 millimeter gun. I guess if it's a Vinci or a laser cannon. There you go. And it has a phaser on it too. So there you go. It's got 90s. It's probably in that's your laser cannon. There's your phaser cannon. And that's probably your 90, and that's probably some sort of 88 modified for whatever for it. That's a cool looking vehicle. Sweet. There you go. There's some weird war French for you. Oh hell yeah. Look at that. So sweet. This is the Char G1R. Let's see. So it's basically, she says, only produced after the Axis took over. So this is, in the dust world, it's whatever. But it has a 75 originally. Um, it has an auto loader. What? Nice. So you can she put a 75 if it, the Germans use it. Laser cannons. That's pretty cool. That's just a cool design. I like that turret. It's just weird looking. That just looks weird. That could be a Hydra vehicle. That could be some sort of merc unit. Mercenary company. They're producing their own vehicle. It could be something like that, or it could just be, you know, after the so like in my game, the French, unlike the Vinci whatever in the real life thing, uh, Germany or France isn't really cut up like the French are, governing one side of it and the Germans are doing the other, whatever. It's a German province now, so all of France is part of the Greater Reich. So, but they've allowed the French to actually form units, but they're German units, but they're, German, but they're French. So you can have like a French armament, industry post capitulation that is building stuff for the French units or even for the Greater German Reich in total. So there you go. You can have, instead of them just being subjugated, they can actually be part of the German Reich, or you can just do it the fucking like a historical version. Somehow they start making these after France falls to the Germans, and the French come back and they start, hey, we're gonna start making our own shit. So we're sick of your old shit. Allies. We want our own stuff, and they start making this bad boy. That's a cool fucking tank right there. All right, guys, that was France. Okay, guys, there's a lot. He has a lot of stuff. Okay, so as much as I want to go through all of this, um, it's almost midnight here in Tejas, and I've worked all day, and I'm freaking tired, and I don't think I can do it. But again, coming over to Anerdsnerd. This is her cults account. Okay, follow her, talk to her, shoot her a message, say, "Hey, Brian told me about you. I love all your shit. Whatever, talk to her. If you want to like Lee, if you want her to help you out with maybe some designs for your own line, talk to her, man. She's a cool ass chick. And if you're into dust, she'll totally geek out with you on dust stuff. So again, we haven't gone through the Soviets. There's 20 designs of Soviets. She got like armored trains and shit in the Soviet one. The Germans, she got 30 different designs in the Germans. She's got even up to the E series of stuff. When the plans and the late like 40, I think it was 46, 45, 46, they were going to streamline all armored vehicles, the E series. So there's going to be in categories of weight class. So it's like the E 75 tons, or the E 100 as a 100-ton vehicle, or whatever it was. So that's what that is. So they were going to those they could use similar parts and whatever, just to, so there's all these different vehicles they're having to make shit for. They're trying to make it like a streamlined thing. But you get into ladder war stuff. She's got a bunch of the E stuff in there too, so that's cool. She's got 6 designs for Italy. There you go. Get some Weird War Italy going down. She got 11 designs for the Commonwealth, and she's got 5 for the Hungarians. Hungarians has some pretty cool shit, surprisingly. But there's some great stuff for this Hungarian. So the Nimrod and the whatever their self-propelled gun was badass. Little Stug type of gun vehicle was cool. And this one, she's got the well, let's check out the Hungary one. Hungary's fucking cool. Let's check them out. They have some cool weapons, or has some cool this thing, the M43. They tank rockets on it. So late war, the actual Hungarians actually produced like this. It's like a giant Panzerfaust, right? And it launched off of like a platform, a gun shield on it and all this shit. So that's what that thing is right there. I can't remember what it was called, but that was a real thing they produced in World War II or late war. I don't know if it was all deployed yet, but anyway, but yeah, the mace thrower, the 44M mace thrower, heavy rocket launcher. That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, but so there's that. Excellent. And here's the Nimrod. This is a self-propelled or an aircraft tank, open top. I think it's got something to be like 30 cents, or let's see. Yeah. So dual 40 millimeter Bofors on that bad boy. That is epic. Look at that thing. 2 of them. There's a dual one, and then you've got an upgrade if this the Germans got a hold of it. They put their laser cannon on there, so that's pretty sweet. It's open top. That's awesome. That's just a cool vehicle. Now this self-propelled gun supposedly was one of the better self-propelled. So what is it? I'm not gonna do any justice to that thing. The Hungarian Stug. There you go. Let's see. It comes with, I guess it has a pack. It's got a 40 mil on it, or 75 millimeter. It's a pack 40, so that's a 75. There's a 105 millimeter howitzer upgrade on there, and then there's the laser cannon. So there you go. That 105 howitzer, that looks like that might be one of those recoilless howitzers, because it's got see the barrel's got like the little holes in it. That's pretty sweet. And there's your 75 right there, and there's your laser cannon. Very cool. And then they had a couple cool tanks. This is their light tank. One turret with the laser cannon, and then the other one's got their base gun, which I don't know what it was. It's a 40 millimeter gun. So there you go. That's pretty good for a light tank. A 40 mil. That's not bad. The coax MG, 40 mil coax, and then your laser cannon. That's a cool vehicle. And then we'll do their heavy, their Turon. All right, there it is. That's a cool vehicle. It's got the laser cannon, and it's got, I think that's a 75. I think right here that's a coax, maybe flamethrower on there. Let's see what she says. Let's see. Has 75 millimeter gun. You can. She has a laser upgrade. Let's see. Yeah, so there you go. Laser gun and 75. Very cool. All right, guys. I'm going to put a link to her account in the chat. You can swing over there right away and download her entire catalog. Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, again, guys, the French, great fighters. They just bad command, bad communication, bad calls, just bad calls. I think the troops. I think the troops when you let them loose, they kick some ass. They just think of the opportunity. But all right, guys. So there's that. Let me get off this one screen. So again, Nerds account at Colts. Look at that. She's got all these rewards, not for just participation, but actually kicking ass. So all that stuff. All right, get out of there. I will get off of this. We don't need the. I don't need to stop sharing because just need the one screen. Let's see. I think that's done. Hide. There we go. Look at that ugly mug right there. Woo! We're down to one. See, that's all it took. Bo, thanks for hanging out with me, man. I know it's a handful dealing with this ugly mug. Again, guys, nerds, great girl, massive frothing weird World War II weirdo. She's a big dust head. It's awesome. She's great to talk to. Real smart. She's a vet too. So she was a leatherneck. So if you are a fellow Marine and you want to talk weird to another fellow Marine, then Nerd's the one to talk to. All right, guys. Let's see here. Buy some French rifle. That's bad. Never fired, only dropped once. Naughty, naughty Bo. Naughty, naughty. All right, guys. Well, that was just a quick overview of nerd stuff. Again, we didn't get her entire catalog because I'm getting tired. But that should be enough ideas of what you're going to get from her stuff. I've printed up a ton of her stuff. If you have any problems, reach out to her. Tell us, hey, this warped or whatever. She will fucking edit it and she will get back to you. She's fucking awesome. Just drop her a line. If you just want to tell her how cool her stuff is, then do that too. That's awesome. But let all your pals know if you're new to Weird World War II and you're looking to break out of the codex fucking guidelines and well, you can't take that bullshit. Bullshit. You can do whatever you want. Nerd's gonna help you badass games that you're gonna have in the future with your Weird World War II with all this weird upgrades of all these cool historical vehicles. And again, it all starts at all those vehicles, everything that she does is at 1/48 scale, okay? And you can reduce that. She has the reduction on, I think it was like 85.37 to reduce it from 1/48 if you're into a 156, which I think is a stupid fucking scale. But again, that's me. I've been doing 1/48 since fucking late 90s. So I'm kind of stuck in it. But I believe that the Warlords tanks are criminally too small to be on the battlefield with their minis. They do not size right. So get to 150 or get to 140. You'll be a lot more closer to like actual vehicle size compared to your troops on their bases. It'll be really close. But name a 3D printer, huh? Well, I have anything from Elegoo. It's supposed to be really badass. Their Saturn. That's what I have, the Elegoo Saturn. But they have some larger ones. Um, I haven't heard anything bad about Elegoo. So that's what I went with originally. Um, and again, if you guys want, to because Nerd's she's a printing beast, and she knows the particulars and whatnot. And if you have any questions, just shoot her a message. Again, I mean, don't overwhelm her. Don't be a weirdo, okay? Be a more weirdo, but don't be a weirdo creepo. But shoot her a message. Say, hey, what resin do you suggest for your stuff, or what printer do you suggest? She'll get back to you. She'll let you know. She's cool like that. But yeah, telling you, Bo, just don't buy, a fucking, I don't know what you buy. Don't buy 3 rule books of some new system coming out, right? And you'll have a brand new fucking printer, and get a little fucking work shed or something. Well, you can get those at Walmart for like $100. Just throw your printer in that. A dedicated printer shack. Honey, I'm going to the printer shack. You can do all your printing in there. Put in the backyard. Boop. Put like skull and crossbones signs all around. It said danger. Nerd at work. All right, guys. Again, it's great to see everybody. Bo, always a pleasure, brother. I hope you are not working too hard. And HS, thanks for swinging by. And we had George, I think, swung by, and Lee of Gaddis Gaming. Swing over to Gaddis Gaming. I am going to end up doing Gaddis eventually on our showcase. He's got a lot of kind of alternative stuff, hard to find vehicles, all resin. He's got his own World War II straight mini lines. Again, he's got Shattered Crown, which is a pretty cool World War II or World War One game system, but it can be manipulated however you want it. So, and Lee's a great guy. If you have anything you want to talk to Lee about all of this stuff, shoot him a message. He's very personable and very appreciative to the hobby and the community. He's been in this biz for a long time. Long time. I think I got everybody. There's George. I think I nodded everybody. You are working. That's it. It's a printer, man. It'd be worth it. It'd be worth venturing out into the wilds of the cold, the cold and the heat to print some badass stuff. All right, guys. Again, swing over to the link is in the description. The link will be in the description if you're on YouTube, and then the link is in the conversation as well to her account. And again, give her some love if you download some of her files. Tell her appreciate it. Give it 5 stars. If you have any issues with any of it, let her know. She'll get back to you. She's edited stuff and added. She's active, guys. So like she's like added like, oh, I'm gonna stick on a different turret to this vehicle. We're gonna put a new weapon turret on here, and she'll do that. She does that. She updates stuff and whatever. So pretty cool. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And whatever you do in this crazy, crazy mixed up world, go check out Nerd Shit. And always keep it weird. See ya.